Hello and welcome back to my channel. I've been doing late night decluttering again that I wasn't going to vlog, but I found myself picking up the camera because people have been asking, can you vlog more decluttering? So I have been. So I shall insert that footage here now. Oh yikes, this is late at night not vlogging me on Tuesday evening, and I'm just true to form. I'm trying to take a little half an hour every evening if I've got time when I've finished editing to go through something. So this is a drawer from downstairs. It's the drawer that time forgot, and it used to be a very mainstream home editing pen drawer for us. Once upon a time, now it's become a bit of a dumping ground. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to have charity shop, keep, and dispose of in the appropriate way. So 3 sections. Some of these things though, I can see a can of worms straight away, like old tech, because there's going to be pictures and videos on there and I can't even remember how to get them off. So might actually have a further decision pile. I know you're going to come for me, but anyway, there's only so much this girl wants to declutter tonight. Okay, this is staying. This is getting binned in the appropriate where I should bin it, and these are going to get charity shopped, but I need to give that a clean, I think. Speaking of cleaning, this needs a clean, the whole drawer, so I'll take that downstairs to give a clean. Likewise this as well, but I'm going to keep that to put pens and things back in. But look what I found. I'm going to see if they work. Heaven only knows how old they are. They look like they were very cheap. Oh, and I found this very cool pencil sharpener. I mean, I say very cool. It looks very practical and robust. The answer is all dried up, so that's all going. Hello, it's now Friday. I've been getting all my work done before putting the camera on today so I can give you my full attention. I'm just bringing the kettle to the boil. Any second now. I'm going to make a coffee, a proper one, and then I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I'm hoping this is going to perk me up a bit because I do tend to get a bit of an afternoon dip in the old brain department. This is my Cos mug, this is. Oh, I'm really... that's wrong. Just having a little brain malfunction there. I told you, didn't I? Anyway, speaking of mugs, you know I was saying my Lisbon mug is a seen better days. It was apparently a transfer stick-on thing. I thought it was a bit cheap. It was €5, I think, in Albufeira, even though it says Lisbon on it. And I was thinking, I know, why don't I just use it a lot, excessively, keep on running it through the dishwasher every time it gets dirty, and then when it all comes off, I can just charity shop it as a pure white mug, and that'll be all right for everybody, won't it? They won't want it like that, though, so yeah. And then I can bring a new one back from holiday to replace it. Aha. Anyway, I thought you might like a little update on how those drawers were doing. Well, that drawer. This drawer, well, as you can see, it's had a good old clean, and I've cleaned that. That's been through the dishwasher. That's been in the sink with the brush and the washing up liquid and all that. So that's nice and clean now and ready to put the things back. And this is what is going back. So I'm going to defer the decision on the tech. I just want to investigate those one at a time and get any videos and pictures off, because there's probably pictures that my daughter took as a child of her friends and all that sort of thing, and maybe pictures I might have taken at Izzy. I'm not sure if I've backed them up. That I just want to keep for old time's sake. That was mine as a young adult for checking my spellings. It's pre-smartphone technology. It's a dictionary, basically. Yeah, I used to absolutely love that. It's really dated now, though, but that's my little history piece, and I'm keeping it. Now, the pens and pencils have got a little bit out of control in my household. I've just fished these off the windowsill behind. I want to give that windowsill a jolly good clean and declutter, but that's a job for another day. But tonight, I think, when I'll put some videos on that don't need sort of close watching, and I'll sort through these and decide what to keep and what to throw away. But I think I will get rid of some perfectly good pencils. Ouch, I just stabbed my little finger with that one. That was a bit sharp. Right, I have a lot. I better explain. I used to home educate, basically. If you've been watching for absolutely ages, you've probably heard me mention this, or you might have even been watching in the home ed days. My daughter, unexpectedly to me, had very severe chronic eczema, and school just didn't suit her at all. She was always off sick. Her education just wasn't having any continuity, so I just thought, right, home ed for a bit, and we just home eded for 9 years, and it suited us both. It suited both of our personality types. I did end up doing quite a lot of group activities with other children in the home ed groups. So, well, home ed group, I think it was just, we went to a number. I think I only did activities in one of them. But yeah, so if I saw, like, you know, a big mega offer for masses of pencils or pens for, you know, reduced to clear, I would swipe them. So I've got quite a lot left over from those days. Many of them look like they've been a bit chewed on the end. And also my daughter, I don't know if she did it on purpose to this day. I suspect it was just a ploy to distract mummy from trying to teach maths and English and things like that, but she used to drop her pencils like, it was like rain raining down under the table. Drop, 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 and then there'd be this big performance. Oh, I've got to get my pencil, mummy. Rummage, rummage, rummage. She'd be under the table for what seemed like about 20 minutes. It wasn't. But I just think she was doing it to disrupt the flow of the lesson and throw me off, and we'd have to start on momentum again every time she got back up. So I just have all these pencils on the table in a pot, so every time she dropped one I'd be like, right, here's the next one. Just don't worry about it, we'll pick them all up at the end. Here's another one. So yeah, that's why I have lots of pencils, but a lot of them are quite cheap, to be honest. They're like cheaper brands, and I've got all fussy in my old age now, and I'm thinking, well, you know, how many pencils am I going to use in the whole of the rest of my lifetime? Because I do use pencils, but I don't use that many. And a pencil probably lasts me 3 or 4 or 5 years. I don't know, I use them to write on my music. That's what I use it for. And I'll use the same pencil for years. I don't think I've changed the pencil since the pandemic that I've got down in my cellar. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to need all these. So that said, I'm probably going to rationalise these down further, keeping only the finest ones and charity shopping or binning the rest, depending on the condition that they're in. So that'll be a fun activity for me later. But anyway, let's sort this drawer out. Right, I am going to put the old tech back in this drawer because I'll know where to find it, basically. It's been here for so many years. So they're just going to go in the back. I mean, cash generators might buy them off us. Well, I've done that before with old phones and things. I think so. Oh, they're not going to want that. Look at the state of that. But yeah, right, they're just going to go right at the back. They're not going to want to stay there. I'm changing my mind already. That does not look tidy. Problem is, this is like round, and that's going in there. Even I don't use it. I don't suppose there's any battery in it. No, the battery's gone. But I just like to have it there. I don't know, it's like tangible connection to the past. I shall charity shop these pencils because they're pristine. Look, they've not even been sharpened for the first time. So I'll pop a little elastic band around those and put them in the latest charity bag. Here it is. There's not a lot in there yet, but things are going. They're trickling out of the house. I've been trying to do daily trips, even if it's just small things, to the charity shop to just feel that momentum continuing, but I'm not going to do it today. It's getting a bit late. There, that's looking a lot more organised and a lot less full than the other night when I started sorting it out. Now, I've got a bit of a can of worms here. This is what we call the resources tray, because when I home edited, we had a resource tray and it's got a bit out of control. It was just things that were handy to have to hand that we might have needed as part of our studies ongoing, but it's got a bit silly and I haven't home edited for many years now. That's for another day. Now then, we've been getting things out of the house, but I'm afraid this is something coming in, but it is very tiny. I watched a video last night. It was on the NHS YouTube channel, how to remove a tick safely. And they used a tick tool, and I thought, I bet they're only cheap on Amazon, and it was, I don't know, 2 or 3 quid. So I ordered one, and here it is. Oh no, it isn't. It's my cold sore cream. This is part of my subscribe and save. Oh wow. Yeah, I get this on subscribe and save because if I haven't got one, she has, and we pass them back and forth to each other no matter how hard we try not to. So anyway, yeah. That was supposed to be on the other channel. I'm going to have to save that now and put it in the unboxing for the Amazon subscribe and save when it comes tomorrow for the other channel. Anyway, now you know I'm going to get a tick remover tool, and it's tiny. It's like a pair of tweezers, but it kind of bends at the end. And you grab it where its gob is, like trying to bite you, and then you just pull it. I had a tick years ago at Sidmouth Folk Festival. I was only young. I don't know what year it was. It might have been, well, it was pre-Izzy, definitely. It might have been the 1990s, I'm not sure. But I was terrified of it, and I was a bit over the top scared of this blooming thing, and everyone was going, oh, they can give you Lyme's disease, you can be really, really ill. And it is serious. I mean, it's very rare, but it's very, very serious. People can be permanently affected by that for life. But anyway, I was going around to everybody, help me get this thing off. It was embedded here, wasn't it? It's a tiny little tick. I'd been sleeping in a field where sheep had been sleeping, but it wasn't the main festival campsite, so you can't blame that for that. It was a little offshoot one, shall I say. Run by a friend of mine at the time, and yeah, we had a lovely time in our little fringe campsite, apart from me getting the tick and apart from it being torrentially rainy all week. But anyway, the men in the campsite, it was like a really nice communal feel there, and they were like trying to help me get it off. They couldn't. I went to the festival itself, and one of the stewards tried to burn it off with his cigarette. Apparently it's the worst thing you can do because the tick will vomit its contents of its stomach back into your bloodstream, including any diseases it might be carrying. So that was a bad idea. So then I went off to A&E because it was so close and it was so quiet. There was literally nobody there, so I just walked in, had the full attention of the whole department, and they smothered it in Vaseline and they left it for a while. It was something like 10 or 20 minutes, and they explained that they breathe through their skin, and if you do that it suffocates them, and they loosen the grip with their jaws because they die, and then you can pull them out gently with tweezers and no harm done. And that's what they did. But on this NHS video last night, it didn't say that. It just said use the tick tool and pull it straight out. Don't twisty, just pull it straight. So that was different. They didn't say anything about suffocating it. But anyway, maybe with the tick tool you don't need to, I don't know. But on another tick tool demo video on Amazon, it said do give it a gentle twist. But what you don't want to do is have it break its head off, because that bit will stay with its chomping jaws in your body. So you don't want that. You've got to remove it properly. Anyway, I don't know how I went onto that tangent. Oh yeah, because I was going to get a tick tool. Yeah, I was just going to keep it in my boyfriend's glove compartment because we'd most likely get a tick on one of our little walks. Those sorts of walks we're bound to have gone in the car to, because long grass can have ticks in it. Right, I'm going to show you something else I've been working on to declutter my home. I've been dishwasher cleaning the stickle bricks so that other children can have them. They're going to go to a charity shop, and they were sterilised in the dishwasher. They're probably not sterile now because they've been drying on there for a while. But I think they're dry now. And the rest of them, it's quite a lot, I've popped in this bag I found under my stairs in my bag of bags, and it looks absolutely pristine. It's probably had bedding in it or something that I've bought new and never been used, so I thought that was quite a nice way to package that up. Right, I'm sure these must be dry. I've had a lovely through draft coming through because it's the heat wave again. Got a lovely load of washing, washed and dried earlier today. That's all been brought in. Okay, that's not clean anymore. She's got the better of me. All the rest were fine. She's got water in her, so I can't put her in the bag. Oh, look at the pretty reflection. Woo. I've wrapped her in kitchen towel. I'm hoping the capillary action will, it's coming into force. I can feel it, it's seeping right through right now. That's what I was hoping would happen. Yeah, it's like the water's like attaching to it and all following the same path out of it. That's great. Good, because I don't know how on earth I was going to do that. It didn't want to come out much with shaking. Oh, brill. Good thinking, Imo. It's amazing how we just know stuff like that works. I've obviously just played a lot as a child. I think I learned so much about things and how things work by just free playing as a child. It's nearly there. Oh yes, if you shake it, it doesn't make a watery rattly noise anymore. Oh yay, you can join your friends in the bag after all. Good. Well, that was quicker than I thought. So my next mission of the day is mission spice and herb jar cupboard. I made a little bit of a boo-boo. If you watch my shopping channel, you'll know about this boo-boo. I measured it. I measured it on this channel, in fact. Well, I didn't measure it right, did I? I was out by 10 centimetres, so they're too big to go in the way I wanted them to go in. So instead of going in this way, they're going to have to go in that way. But it's okay because I quite often have replacement ones ready to go when one gets used up, and I also might have bags of things, for example this, which has got some of it in a jar and the rest is here to refill the jar. So the ones behind could be the refills and the ones in front could be the using at the moments. That is my logic. So I've got quite a lot of these things, 6 in total, so 2 on each shelf that way. Not my original plan. I just couldn't be going all the way back to take them back because I thought, well, I can still use them, to be fair. What am I like? Honestly, I saw 37 centimetres as clear as day. Here's it before. Oh, somebody suggested, Marianne, thank you very much, because I was talking on the shopping channel about having lots of baked beans, and I think my daughter's gone off them. I bought them for her, and she said, what about donating them to a food bank? So that's something I shall look into. Thank you very, very much for that suggestion. Somebody's also suggested just washing off the tomato juice, which I find it too sweet, so I don't like it, and just using them normally, so that's another option. So thank you for the comments, though that was on the other channel. So yeah, this is the before, the chaos, that is my cupboards, that I can't even reach up there. I mean, I still won't be able to, but I can get up on a stool and take one thing out at a time now, can't I? Right, I'm going to get everything out, give it a clean, and then load up my drawers, or whatever they are, boxes, and then slot them back in. Right, let's get these out of the way because I'll need all this space, because I'm just going to put everything here so I can see really clearly what I have and haven't got. And I suspect some things will be out of date, although believe it or not, I've actually got rid of quite a lot of things out of this cupboard in the last few days. Not in any kind of systematic way, but in a kind of, I've got 30 seconds while that's finishing cooking, so I'll just grab the nearest thing and check it kind of thing. So anyway, might be some time doing this. Oh, I can see the filth already. Well, I say filth, it's mostly turmeric. Oh yikes, the state of my worktop. Some things are out of date and we'll have to go in the bin. Right then, look, this is the state of this. This is all turmeric that's come off. So I shall give these a good old scrub now. The lighting's not so good on that one. Oh, hang on, let's lift that up a bit. Yeah, it's a bit grubby. So I shall deal with that now, and then we shall start getting things in. Oh, that was out of date. That was right squashed up at the back, at the top, that was. And there were some lentils as well. I couldn't even see a date. Oh, April 2021, I've just seen it. This. So, yeah, I looked in there, and I was like, are those black crawling things? And I thought, no, I don't think so. But now I've got the thought in my mind. I'm not having them. I'm going to use my washing up liquid in water spray bottle. Cheap and easy, effective, works, doesn't it? This will be off in no time, and I'll be like getting all those happy feelings of, yay, I'm actually doing something useful. And it's not editing or practicing. I wonder if I should let this soak. Oh, look, it's coming off a dream. No problemo. Right, this would be a whole lot more sensible if I do it with two hands and not try and film at the same time. So I'll get back to you. So this has now been cleaned and dried. Ta-da! Go, mate. Well, mostly dried. That's looking a bit wet at the back there still. Whoops. Right. Still not dry. Come on. Come on, you. I keep seeing the glistening. Okay, sometime later, are you ready for the big reveal? Ooh. I think it looks better. It's, yeah, I have a lot of spices and I could have done with a bit more capacity in those things, really. But anyway, these are the ones I use regularly, herbs and spices. And the ones behind, I also use those regularly. They are spices, but it's quite easy to just get these out, put them on the counter and then rummage around in there. So that's fine. This is the more synthetic-y like stuff, like, you know, the gravy granules and the OXO cubes and stuff. I know curry powder isn't synthetic really, but it didn't fit in the other one. Some red hot sauce there. And the one behind is the one where it's refills for filling up when other things run low or empty. So those are on there. Salt and lemon juice there. I've got, well, garam masala just couldn't fit, so it's gone in the back. I don't use it that often. I've got salt in a grinder, pepper in a grinder. Going up. Now I could do with just not having these tins of desserts in this cupboard. It's just they don't fit in my other one. But maybe if I can organise that one. Oh my, you don't even want to look in that one. That is embarrassing, that one. I tell you what, I can make a whole series about cleaning that cupboard out. But anyway, for now they're in here. And some lentils, and behind that it's things that are, well, I don't tend to use the white vinegar. I got it for science years ago. It's probably well out of date, but it's the sort of thing I'd use for cleaning rather than cooking, so I'm not worried about it being out of date. And there's some extra hot sauces that are not opened yet to replace the other one, and some more pepper grinder, but I've got another one that I found, so I'll use the other one up first because it's older. Green olives, they're not going to stay there forever. It's just until they get open, then they'll go in the fridge. And a spare jar. So that is that. Yes, well done me. I'm very proud of my efforts there. It's going to make a real difference when I'm cooking, actually, because it's always been a bit of an area of chaos, to be perfectly honest with you. Should I give you a hint at the cupboard over there? Oh my gosh. Just don't come for me. Look, don't come for me. The bottom one's okay. It's the bits I can't reach that's crazy, because I just like go like that and I can't see where I'm putting things. I don't even know what's there. Yeah, we've got some scope for improvement there, haven't we? But that's a job for another day. Let's just shut that. But I'm going to make an apple pie now. I'm going to cheat and use ready-made puff pastry. There's my dish I bought myself, especially the season before last, because last year there were just no apples. I've printed off a recipe from BBC Good Food or something. This is a Hairy Bikers one, but I'm only loosely basing it on it because obviously I've got my own pastry. I'll use whatever I've got. The plastic thing off here has disappeared, which is not helpful. I'm not a fan of the digital ones because the battery always seems to go at the wrong moment. My boyfriend's apple tree apples are browning up in a flash, like apples in the old days. They don't tend to do that, the eating apples anymore, do they? I've chopped all those up, that's 600 grams, and how much sugar? I weighed it out. It is 150 grams of sugar. And I've been listening to a documentary on alternatives to antibiotics, which is very interesting, on the DW News documentary channel. I'm supposed to put corn flour in it, and I'm just looking at the horror that is the baking drawer, cupboard, not drawer, and I think probably most stuff in here is out of date. This is really Izzy's domain, but that said, she hasn't done any baking for ages, but what she'll do from time to time is buy ingredients to make something specific and then use some of it and then leave it. I'm pretty sure I see corn flour. There's a lot in there. Not sure if it's opened. Well, I'm going to use it anyway. According to the recipe that I've printed out, the corn flour absorbs some of the liquid and it kind of thickens up the appley, stodgy filling, but it stops the pastry getting too soggy because it contains the water in it. Well, this is going to have to be a lidless tart because that's all the pastry there was in the packet. I wonder if that's the normal size. That was from Home Bargains, that was. Well, I'm a bit dubious about this pie, but it's ready to go in. I've had to guess the temperature because my oven has no numbers on it because the previous owner cleaned them all off from repeated cleaning. So anyway, right, wish me luck. While that's cooking, I'd like to say thank you for all the comments about the trapped wind. Most appreciated, all the little tips and tricks and advice. Thank you so much for that. And while I'm thanking, could I thank Paula for making a donation to the channel, and she wrote treat yourself or something like that anyway, or treat yourself. It might have been for a coffee and a cake, I'm not sure. Well, I had the coffee bit anyway. I'll insert that clip here because I actually filmed it for the other channel, so it went out on Friday's Shop With Imo vlog, so I'll insert that here. It being an actual retail therapy day as opposed to just a shopping trip, I had to go in Costa and get a lovely coffee, but I want to say a big thank you to Paula who made a donation to the channel and said treat yourself, so I am. Thank you so much, Paula, I really appreciate the support. Well, 45 minutes later and I've given it a prod. It seems to be cooked, at least the ones underneath. Of course, the apples on top have now made the crust, which is a little bit singed. It smells lovely and I'm wishing I had ice cream or cream or something to have with it, but I could always nip out to a corner shop. But thank you so much for watching today's video. Please do feel free to give the video a like if you liked it, subscribe to watch more videos from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!